Welcome to this special episode of F&S Podcast. This is Matt.
What's happening? Josh in the building again.
Whole lot of free agency moves is going on. It's kind of this. I haven't seen this much movement in a long time, but I think it's due to all the new rule, the Chris Ballmer rule or Steve Ballmer rule, as so they say.
I'm still not privy to what that rule really is and what all the details is.
It's complicated a little bit. It's like they talked about it with the Paul George situation. Okay. That if it wasn't for that ruling, that new rule they just made, it's something that got something to do with the salary cap.
Okay.
And how you get it's like a big penalty if you reach a certain point. It's not as bad as before. It's very confusing. I would like to. I need to do more research on it, but they barely know what it is. That's when they talk about it. So,
gotcha. Well, because we don't know much about that,
we're
not going to focus on that. But this is kind of the first wave of free agency that we looking at, and there's been some moves, some furniture moving. Some franchises is doing with some big names, and then some players is just some good solid role players is going to other places. So we just gonna try to go over at least the bigger ones. We don't need to go over the little ones, anything like that, but we can go over the big ones. Probably the biggest one that has happened so far is Paul George going to the Sixers.
Is it bigger than the OG Anunoby for him staying in New York? Because I know you was questioning that.
Well, I mean, I was just bringing up player movement. So
okay.
So OG, he stayed where he was at. So I mean, he just got paid.
Yeah.
No, that's all that was. OG got paid. Maxey got paid. Siakam got paid. Emmanuel Quickly got paid. Nick
I seen that.
Got paid. Patrick Williams, he got a small deal.
5 years?
Yeah.
For that, he could have probably. Well, I mean, it don't look that for what he do. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's that bad. So I'm
surprised Malik Monk signed for that little that he did.
So I'm assuming on the right side here is the yearly salary.
So
and then the middle is in total.
When you go up, you'll see the number on the right is what they will be. What they average annual value would be. So pretty much what they would make per year.
Yeah, all the way to the right, right?
All
yeah,
the way
okay.
To the right.
Okay, cool.
And then the number next to that's the total value of that contract.
Okay, I figured. I just want to double check that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the Paul George move. I almost feel like this. That I guess his name is the biggest name in that was in the free agent market, right? In the free agent pool. But I think Paul George is cool, but is he guaranteeing the championship? Is he gonna show up in the big moments in Philly? I understand it look good.
He never has.
But they talking like this guarantees Philly a championship, and I don't think so because I have not seen him execute yet. You know what I mean? In the big moments.
It just looks really good on paper. You have three guys, I guess you could say. 3 guys on any given night. I mean, technically, all 3 can give you 30 points a game on their best night.
Right.
Maxey has kind of kept on improving his game, which is a good thing. We already know what Embiid is capable of. And
right.
we know what Paul George is capable of too.
Yeah, so but even when
it should be high 20s from each one of them.
Even with capable, right? Isn't it past capable with him? He's just what he is.
I mean, I think he is what he is.
Because he 34 now?
I mean, yeah, his age is right there. He's
right. So the thing is, because I was trying to pull up that roster, but the thing is, he's gonna be this contract stretch all the way to 38.
Yeah, it's gonna finish out when he's 38.
Right. So Have Paul George shown you anything that you would want to give him a contract like this at that age?
No, not me. Not me. But this is Philly. I guess I don't know. Like because technically, if Embiid played the way that he was supposed to, and if he wasn't having as many health concerns as he's been having,
Mm-hmm.
but if he was playing as well as he's supposed to, they wouldn't even be entertaining the need to bring in a Paul George like kind of player.
I like on paper, if this was the video game, that's official. If this was the video game,
Right.
but in all actuality, due to injuries and all that good stuff, I mean, I'm looking at the roster. Kelly Oubre re-signing was a good thing. 'Cause I think Kelly Oubre is better than advertised. Personally, I do. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese Maxey, I know you're a big Tyrese Maxey guy.
I'm not a big Tyrese Maxey guy. I just he's been like um he's been on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when somebody is consistently putting in work, you eventually start to pay attention.
Right. He handled his business in the playoffs. He did his thing. Cameron Payne still over there from what it looked like. Kyle Lowry is still over there from what it looked like. So they seem to got a log jam at that point guard position. Somebody there is not going to be getting minutes unless they be moving Cameron Payne to the 2 sometimes.
Well,
I don't know.
they also let some players walk.
Mm-hmm.
They let which is I believe that this is the slot that Paul George is going to fill, but they let Tobias Harris walk, and so Paul George is just going to essentially take that spot. I guess you can call that an upgrade.
Is it really? For real?
Yeah, because who looks at Tobias Harris as like, you know, in the same conversation, like, we know you capable of getting busy, but you just don't get busy. You know, like nobody looks at Tobias Harris like that. Nobody looks at Tobias Harris like, we know you capable of playing and getting busy because we've seen you get busy before. No,
but
ain't nobody ever said that.
Yeah, but still, the objective is the championship, and Paul George turns to Tobias Harris in the playoffs.
Depending on what, I mean, because he did have that one game this past off.
You said one game? You said one game.
One game. Which is, for him, coming into a team where he should be the third option, one game where he explodes should be enough for that team to win the series, because ultimately the responsibility of winning that series falls on the shoulders of Embiid.
And we know he can't win the series by himself. We've seen him get busy alone and still couldn't win it.
No. What I'm saying is, the ultimate one that's going to need to show up first and foremost is going to be Embiid.
But you don't pay Paul George all that money for him not to.
Well, I mean, he's going to be the third option because they just paid Tyrese Maxey pretty much the same amount, and he's the young guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Trust me, I mean, if Paul George is going over there and he's taking away shots from Tyrese Maxey, then this is a big mistake.
He's going to take away shots.
I don't know. I just got an update too. Something else just happened?
Oh, let me see.
It just like updated itself.
What you talking about the website? I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it right now. I mean,
just updated itself. I'm trying to figure out what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, but I think the move is. I want to say, listen, I don't want to be that. I forget that I will be. I feel like the move is a little overrated in a sense because we're not talking about Indiana Pacers Paul George here.
No.
And Philly is injury prone. Joel Embiid is injury prone. Mm-hmm. Paul George is injury prone. Now with the pickups they got, as far as Eric Gordon, even though how long Eric Gordon been in the league, man? He's been in the league for a minute.
I think he's a 16-year vet.
So how effective is Eric Gordon still to this day?
Aaron Gordon can still score.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon can still score if you like give him the ball to do something. I mean, like, the thing with Eric Gordon is because he's past his time of his best years, he's playing the role guy. And role guys don't always get the ball, or they don't always get opportunities.
Well, his time is obviously going to be the second unit. That's clear. I mean, the second unit, it looked like the second unit is going to be, Cameron Payne or Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry should not be getting no more minutes, man.
I'm saying like that. I mean, he's there still, so I mean, I'm assuming
it should be Cameron Payne.
I agree.
Like Kyle Lowry at this point in his career, Kyle Lowry should be on some if everybody gets in foul trouble type stuff. Okay, then you go.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying he's still there. So I mean, but I'm thinking automatically off rip it should be Cameron Payne. That's just my my thoughts on that. And then Drummond, that's a great pickup for them because that takes
like
stress
an insurance policy.
It takes stress off of Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? Especially
it's also like an insurance policy.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but Drummond is only going to give you so much too at this point because he can't score like Joel Embiid.
That's all right.
I mean,
that's just fine. I mean, Drummond doesn't have to get the ball. Drummond can do all the rebounding, do the paint defending. He can get the second chance points like that.
Yeah.
That could be because at the end of the day, when you got who you got at guards, Drummond shouldn't be getting the ball unless it's a massive mismatch.
Yeah.
If it's a massive mismatch, like say they going against say they going against a team like the Heat, who's massively undersized.
Yeah, but you a Bam guy too, so.
No, I'm not a Bam guy.
Man, you love Bam Adebayo the way you talk about him.
I say that Bam has small forward skills, but they playing him out of position. They playing him out of position. Bam should not be playing center at all.
We know that, but
he can get away with it in this league.
You said you would take Bam over AD, but I'll let that rest. You know what I'm saying? You said that, but did you not say that?
First of all, I do not recollect me ever saying I'll take Bam over
You
AD.
said you would trade AD for Bam. I swear you did. I'm not, man. All right, cool.
Bam probably was included in a package deal, but not straight up.
Okay.
But not straight up. I'll tell you this much. Bam show up for work more than AD do.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
So, I mean,
he's listed as a center. So, I mean, he's been playing center for a long time now.
I could care less what he's listed as.
You know what I'm saying?
If you see his skills, like, his skills are not center skills.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But anyway, like,
yeah,
the whole point of this thing is, Paul George going over there, Drummond going over there. They could potentially, if they stay healthy and players show up, they should be a top 4 team in the East with ease.
Are you confident in beating Boston? Because that's the important thing.
No, I'm not confident in them beating Boston. But this is one of those things where we're going to say to ourselves, if Joel Embiid shows up and he plays dominant, then this could be easy work. Because
against Boston?
Al Horford is going to be a year older. And Kristaps Porzingis himself is injury prone.
Yeah, but what about the backcourt matchups though?
Is it going to matter when you got Embiid killing like that? Because
not like they're going to kill like that. You the same person to say he don't play like he's supposed to.
Say what? Who?
Joel Embiid.
No, but everything that I'm saying is within the context of if Joel Embiid shows up and tries to dominate.
When has he though?
Can you just go with what I'm saying instead of trying to find something to argue about?
I'm just asking the question here.
That's the whole point. The whole point is if Joel Embiid shows up to try to dominate, it could be easy work. because Kristaps can't guard him. Al Horford can't guard him. And it's not like they would be massively outplayed at the guard spot because Maxey contributes there. I don't know, like how much of a difference is Paul George and Jason Tatum? I mean, like,
I told you they're the same guy. So I mean, I'm not really, but I'm looking at that. Is Maxey really gonna get off on Drew Holiday like that?
I mean, I don't think it's so much of him just guarding him one-on-one. Like they gonna essentially, if you Philly and this works out to its best potential, you running the offense through Embiid and you not caring about what happens everywhere else.
Well,
because Embiid will get all of their bigs in foul trouble. It'll be easy points, free throws galore. It should be free throws galore, or all you can eat buffet down there.
well, like we talked off the record. What's funny is, you know what I mean, you're saying the things I tell you about Embiid, but then you be cooking them too off cam.
No, because Embiid don't play like the way he's supposed to play. This is no secret.
Like, we know, I get if. All this is if, like you say, but we know it's not going to happen either.
Yeah, we have no reason to believe it's going to happen.
At this point in time.
Yeah, at this point in time. Now, can they still be a number 2? The second best team in the East? Possibly. I mean, because, I get the Knicks did what they did with Mikal Bridges.
They lost, but they shouldn't have let my man's walk.
They let Hartenstein go, and Tibbs is just going to run players into the ground.
Hartenstein, I'm surprised they let him go. I don't know if the Knicks could have paid him that. What did he get paid? Hold on. See if I can find him on this list. Anyway, while I'm looking for that, they paid him a nice amount. But the Thunder actually got better. They got better, actually. They got rid of Giddey and acquired old boy from the Bulls.
3 years, $87 million.
That's a nice pretty penny for Hartenstein. You know what I'm saying? But my man's, what's white dude name for the Bulls again that they traded him for? Caruso? Yeah, Caruso. And then they ended up getting Hartenstein. So I don't think you're missing Giddey at this point.
I don't know, because who's the other playmaker on the team? Who's the other ball handling playmaker on the team outside of Shea?
Playmaker? Like, what you mean? Like Giddey? You feel like he a playmaker?
That's kind of the role he plays for that team. Like, he kind of like, obviously he's not elite at it. I'm not saying that he's the coldest person at doing this, but the role that he plays.
Obviously, whatever was going on over there, they didn't view him as such.
I don't know if that was the case. I think because teams is going to make changes to their roster based on what just happened to them in the playoffs with these kind of teams.
Right.
And I feel like this is Oklahoma City trying to have multiple defenders for Anthony Edwards, I guess you could say.
My question is this for you when it comes to that, because I'm looking at their guards. They have to make another move because they only have one point guard listed.
That's what I'm saying.
But so if Reggie, what do you think? Do you think Reggie would fit over there?
Jackson?
Yes. Because, Denver, they let him go, what I understand.
I mean,
if he made a reunion back with OKC and backed up Shea,
he wouldn't be my first option to go after. My first option to go after right now at the guard spot, if I remember correctly who was all available, my first target would be Tyus Jones.
He's available?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Tyus Jones. He's an unrestricted free
agent. Haven't heard his name at all.
He's an unrestricted free agent, Tyus Jones. Kyle Lowry is an unrestricted free agent.
Is he? Oh, they probably gonna let him walk then. Or I mean, he not gonna stay there. I don't see that being the case.
It would be like Tyus Jones, Um, if I can, I mean, I ain't gonna overpay for him, but to get a very cheap Markel Fultz.
So I'm looking at the availability right now. So yeah, Markel Fultz. What about Patrick Beverly? He a free agent. Cameron Payne a free agent. Dennis Smith Jr. a free agent. They got some pretty okay point guards out here that you can sign as far as backup point guards.
Yeah, but my first target would be Tyus Jones.
Now, if you couldn't get Tyus, you would get Markel for the Thunder. Or would you go for Payne? Even though they got him as on the Sixers roster, but it shows he's available free agent here.
Spencer Dinwiddie's unrestricted.
I think he only signed that 1 year for LA.
Then that would be my number 2 guy right there to go after.
For the Thunder?
I mean, but like he's
a starter.
He's a scoring type of guy.
Most of these dudes is, except
right.
Markel, I guess.
Markel Fultz is like the only one that's like going to distribute.
No,
so I mean, kind of. So when you look at the Thunder, they got the point guard slot is the only hole, kind of to a degree.
Right.
Shea is starting. Lou Dort is starting. That one cat, Jalen Williams, is starting. Then you got Chet Holmgren, skin and bones.
Yeah, he need to put some weight on. I actually, to be honest, I do like his game. He needs to gain some weight though. But I don't think he trashing nothing. I think
is this a case where you start Hartenstein and move Chet to the 4?
Chet can play. He needs some more weight.
Right. That's why I'm saying, because if you move him to the 4,
he got the skills to play the 4. So I wouldn't mind that. I'll move him to the 4 because he could shoot a little bit.
And let Hartenstein be the 5?
Yeah, Hartenstein is a solid center.
So then that means that you putting more responsibility on Shea.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, the Thunder showed their inexperience this year, right? They showed it. I mean, they did good during the season, but obviously there's some things that need to be done for them to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? And Shea, I mean, he's your guy. I mean, since when is it an issue for your guy to have responsibility like that? If you that guy.
If you the guy, I mean, first of all, just because a player is the best player on the team in the scoring sense doesn't mean that he needs to have the ball all the time making all the decisions.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is because I ain't saying you, but folks pick and choose when it comes to certain dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, that's the trend of the world.
So if he's the guy for the Thunder, and if he's who they think he is, then it shouldn't be an issue. He do need a backup point guard though. He got all the help he needs. I mean, they saying Shea was in the running for MVP, right? Yeah. Or some people feel like he deserved it too. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not on that train. I would like to because Shea plays like a scoring guard. He doesn't play like a.
Most of the league play that way.
Right.
So I mean,
at the end of the day, you need some type of distributor on your team, and that's the slot that Josh Giddey was. That's what Josh Giddey was for them. They don't have no type of distributor on their team.
Well, they're going to have to make something happen for that because, I mean, even though in a sense, in this day and age, like you say, you can get away with a lot of things, you can get away with not distributing one in this league.
Right. So that means you got to have a whole bunch of cold plays drawn up to get certain players open.
Yeah, I mean you do. Yeah, but that's what this team is. That's what this game is made up of. The reason why Chris Paul still has a job, and the reason why he got signed to the Spurs is because he's a distributing point guard. They help Wemby.
Right.
That's why he's there. It's not that Chris Paul is gonna, get your. This is for a Wemby showcase.
Right. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, this is just the first wave of free agency, so there's gonna be a lot more things that should happen.
I mean, we
next
know
big name,
Klay. He went to
Klay
Dallas.
Thompson to Dallas.
Now I know
I like the move.
What?
I like the move. I just don't think. Theoretically, I like the move.
Man,
because
you be
theoretically
confusing me a little bit. Because you said that move with them losing Derrick Jones wasn't all that good.
Okay, so I'm going to stick on that too. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because Derrick Jones was more than just a spot-up shooter for Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
He called alleys. He slashed a lot.
Right.
He fought for rebounds. And his athletic ability allowed him to make plays that other people don't. So, essentially, Klay going over here, Klay is going to keep the space open for Luka and Kyrie to drive as they please, theoretically. Because Klay just standing in the corner, being that option to kick to, because that's essentially the role that he's going to play.
Right. Now, the question is this.
And he shoots at a higher clip than Derrick Jones Jr.
That's facts. But is Luka going to find him?
I think with Klay being who he is, I think that gives both Luka and Kyrie reasons to look for him.
I could see Kyrie looking for him before Luka. And I'm not saying Luka, because Luka, he could be a bit of a ball hog a little bit. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Luka really only passes the ball when he can't get his shot up.
Right. So that can hurt you. And then if you got to, I think on paper it looks good. Like this, he fits, but Luka could get in these modes to where he not giving the rock up. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, it's a different story passing to Klay Thompson than passing to Derrick Jones Jr. It's a different story passing to Klay Thompson than passing to Tim Hardaway Jr. It's a different story passing to Klay Thompson than passing to Maxi Cleaver.
But is Luka going to do that?
At least it should be, based on his history.
And I like Luka, but is he going to do that?
Well, Luka was passing it to them, so
I don't
see why Luka wouldn't pass it to Klay. The only thing that would make this trade very bad, the last year of Klay with the Golden State Warriors, he was not on rhythm, and he was not the same Klay Thompson that he was in the past.
I'm gonna tell you the issue with that, because what seems to be the issue.
Achilles, right?
It ain't even just that. Playing sports, you got to be mentally there. I don't know what type of issues they got, because they keep talking about bad blood and all this lack of respect and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, great shooters got to be focused. When you're not focused, you're not going to shoot well. And he been pouting. I'm not going to act like he hadn't been pouting the whole year. For the past two. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully he don't bring that. I will assume he don't bring that over there and he locked in, because Klay, with his shooting ability, he can play until he's like 40 as a spot-up shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking news.
What?
Jason Tatum got super max deal.
Is that breaking news?
I mean, it just what came out.
I mean, you expected him to get paid that, right?
Yeah, $315 million.
Especially after the title. I mean, I don't think he worth all that though, but okay. I mean.
But anyway, we can get back to Klay.
I ain't knocking no dough, but I like Klay with his shooting ability. He could play as long as he won't, really. You know what I'm saying? Now he won't get the minutes like the older he get, but that shooting ability don't necessarily leave. And
it kind of left him.
Nah, man. Just because you had an off
year.
He had an off year, but we knew what was going on. As a shooter, you have
That
to be
means
focused.
82 games.
You have to be focused. You have to be focused. See, people like to forget. People quick to forget what somebody can do or have done. They just delete the whole career. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue with people.
Well, no,
Klay trash now. And it's like Klay is not trash. They was comparing this dude to people be quick to switch, and it's annoying.
Well, no,
that's
the only
annoying.
reason why the only reason why people would have anything to say about Klay, the same reason people have something to say about Russ when he had that year when he was missing all them layups. Like, I don't care how toxic your situation should be when it comes to you performing on the floor. Like Russell Westbrook missing layups, like that's not something that nobody expected.
I'm not disagreeing with you. As a professional, when a professional is attached to you, you're supposed to be locked in no matter what. You are. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the same people who say this forget folks as humans too.
Well, I mean, look.
These cats ain't whatever issues. I'm not defending Klay. Like I'm not. I'm just saying.
Sure.
I'm not defending them. You can say that. I'm not defending them, but I also recognize this dude can still shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's just because he had a bad year, that don't mean his shooting ability just left. It don't mean that.
It's not just a bad year. Like he stacked on a couple of years of not being the Klay Thompson of old.
You said you wanted him in Orlando.
No, I never said I wanted him in Orlando. I said I will take him, but not for top dollar. I ain't paying him no top dollar price.
Right, but you wouldn't reject him either.
Depends on how much he want.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends on how much he want. Because right now, part of the reason why I would take him in Orlando is because Orlando, we desperately need perimeter shooting. So having Klay Thompson there can kind of fill that role, but I'm not breaking the bank.
So either way it goes, you still see some sort of value in him.
Yeah, I still see value.
That's the whole point.
But this is my issue. Well, this has been my issue with Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, he quick to throw up them 4 fingers to anybody when they start talking trash.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of a finals where Klay Thompson had a good series?
I'm not defending there. I'm not defending that. I said he could shoot good. I never said he was out cold in the finals. That was Steph and them getting busy in the finals. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is with Klay Thompson, and this is the issue, and I've always stood on this. People act like he's a cold shooter. He's a cold shooter. But they was comparing him to certain players I don't agree with, because to me he's an elite shooter. He's an elite shooter.
Right.
And he could defend to a certain degree, but they had him up here. Now that he had a bad year, they took him all the way down here. Which to me, what about all these comparisons you was comparing this guy to all of a sudden?
I get what you're saying. I never viewed Klay Thompson in any of the light that the media put him in. I never viewed Klay Thompson even in the light that he put himself in, because he called himself like the best, I guess, shooting guard, small forward in the league. I did not look at him like that even a little bit.
Just like we talked about Ray Allen, I need you to do more to shoot. Klay defense, to me, I think we talked about this before, I feel like his defense is overrated in a sense. Even in the Warriors years. But when you're making baskets and you play for a team like that, they tend to overrate everything you do and put extras on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I mean, look, Klay, I think one of the ultimate reasons why Klay went to Dallas is because, one, they just went to the finals and they lost. 2, I think he sees that he could potentially really help them. Because if they look to Klay to shoot the way they should, the way they passed it, the same way they was willing to pass it to Maxi Kleber, that they was willing to pass it to Derrick Jones, they was willing to pass it to Josh Green, the same way that they was willing to pass it to all of them, they should be more than willing.
No, I agree with you.
So I think Klay sees this as an opportunity to where he could get some of his respect back.
Listen, I feel like he's gonna have a solid year in Dallas. I do.
Because it was between Dallas and the Lakers, right?
Right.
So here's the other thing. Dallas has more stability.
We know that.
Right. And so, Klay.
And I don't think he would have got paid that much. He wouldn't have got that in LA, I don't think.
Bron said he was willing to take a $20 million pay cut.
You know how much LeBron gets paid usually? LeBron, he gets...
A $20 million pay cut is a $20 million pay cut.
It is, but they even said, but check it. They even said with him taking a $20 million pay cut, it's still going to be hard for them to make moves. Even with him taking that.
Well, look, he signed a 3-year, $50 million contract, which means that annually he's making 16.
Look here, man.
Look, I think he made the smart decision here.
He should have took a pay cut. I'm not counting no pockets. I'm not.
No. I'm not talking about
Klay.
I'm talking about Klay. Klay made the right decision.
Well, we said that. I'm like, well, he should go to Dallas. That's where he should go to. I mean, if he gonna go anywhere, Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like this though. If he would have went to LA, LeBron would have had him looking more so like his old self.
I have no doubts in that. I mean, ultimately, Klay just needs to get back to his rhythm, and he needs to get back to, because once again, if Klay is doing this and he chucking up 10 threes and he only making 3 of them, that's a bad business return.
You shouldn't force shots either. So the issue, I seen those games where he was doing that mess. You know what I'm saying?
He used to be able to just chuck it up.
But the thing is, when you got all this BS going on in the background, and then you trying to shoot out of spite just so you can get it's not going to work that way. You got to play within rhythm of the game. And when you're not playing within rhythm of the game, this is what's going to happen. I don't care what type of shooter you is or who do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be shooting within the rhythm of the game. You can't force the shots. And he was forcing a lot of shots. Yeah. What he was doing.
Yeah, well,
so we'll see what happens with Dallas. I mean,
we'll see what happens with that. The next biggest name.
Let me see. I'm looking at this.
The next biggest name is
Gordon Hayward or DeMar DeRozan.
Well, you talking about available players. I'm talking about signings.
Oh.
The next biggest name that actually changed locations. Is it?
I would have thought it'd been Hardenstein, right? That would have been the.
Well, we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what? Let me see, man. Cause
okay. So let's do this. Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, man.
Why'd you go over there?
I have
only $10 million a year. A 3-year.
That's all he got. I thought he got more than that. I thought he got more.
A 3-year, $30 million contract.
I could have sworn he got more than that when I see that on my ticket.
Look at the thing. It says a 3-year, $30 million contract. You could have got that in LA.
He probably could. The LA one. That's why I don't understand that move. You don't want to win.
I don't know.
You don't want to win, bro. Because didn't Sarr went to the Wizards, right? That Sarr kid, he got drafted to the Wizards, right? So is Sarr coming off the bench? Or is he starting? Because now, would you about to play a backup role to Sarr? I don't think they drafted him to come off the bench because Sarr's the center.
I don't know. I mean, well, you know how we felt about this draft class. It kind of depends on how they view Sarr.
Yeah,
because honestly, if you ask me, Sarr's coming off the bench and backing up Jonas Valanciunas.
I feel you. I'm just saying in what's going on now. You know what I mean? Would Valanciunas be starting? Why would you go there? I don't see any good reason of why you would go to the Wizards. Good reason.
I can't tell you because it makes no sense. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know, man. Like
He should have went to LA. I mean, if he, I
whoever
thought
his agent is like,
unless he just don't want to win or he don't want to play under the pressure. The only way I can think of, you don't want to play under pressure. You just want to just go play basketball, go home. That's
okay. So now this is the other angle that I thought about, right? Maybe going over there is a situation where he can still be valued as an option for the offense.
He
like
wouldn't be valued
option.
as an option in. All right, man. All right, whatever, man.
Well,
I hear you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying because when you look at LA, you're gonna have Anthony Davis getting the ball before you. Obviously, Bron's gonna, depending on Bron's still gonna get the ball before you. You got D'Angelo Russell still on the roster.
So
like, I'm not in agreement with all of this. But
you over there with Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. You not getting the ball first before them.
Well, first of all, Kyle Kuzma might be getting moved.
Is he?
So yeah, and you already seen Jordan Poole. He got moved to coming off the bench.
Right, but even like, I'm not running my offense through Valanciunas, bro. I'm not running my offense. I'm not looking at Valanciunas as the guy I'm running my offense through. If that's the reason he went over there, he's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I'm
What you gonna average 20 and 10?
Every angle possible to try to make this make any kind of sense.
He gonna average 20 and 10 maybe?
Something like that.
Win 10 games?
Maybe.
Know what I'm saying? He should have went to LA. I thought LA Lakers was a perfect fit for that guy. You go there, you start at center, you move AD down to the 4. He's gonna get points. He gonna get buckets over there still.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you. I don't know. I mean, that's the one mind-boggling move that didn't make any sense to me. So.
Yeah, nah, that's wild right there. Yeah, Valanciunas, bro, you that's a head scratcher, my guy. And then you only got you got that low amount. I could see if he was getting paid
like 50 plus.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. But you getting paid pretty much a minimum on pretty much. You could have went to LA and got that.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you could have actually been, Brian would have found you. You would have been getting the ball down low. He would have still been a factor over there.
Right. So, I mean, I think so. I mean, I don't know, man. That's the one move that didn't make any sense to me.
He definitely would have been a factor. Know what I'm saying? Let's see.
Chris Paul. We touched on it, but you want to elaborate on it a little bit more?
I think that with the Spurs, that's just to display Wemby. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Because Chris Paul, he's the only point guard now outside of LeBron, because LeBron, he started off his career as a point guard and he plays like one. So outside of them two is the only guys who really distribute like that in this league and prioritize it to a high order. You know what I'm saying? So with Chris Paul over there, because we seen what was going on with Wemby, can't nobody act like they didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Teammates hating and all that. Chris Paul is going to shut all that down. He not going to allow that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at least he should.
Mad lobs. You're going to see mad lobs going to Wemby. Something crazy. He going to be finding Wemby in mad crazy pick and roll situations. Wemby is going to have as long as Wemby stay healthy, because that's my only concern with this guy. As long as he stay healthy and don't have any type of crazy hairline fractures, he's going to have a crazy year next year.
But at this point, like, you got more of a concern with Chris Paul for that.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying with Wemby being abnormally big like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's always risk for some crazy injury. But Chris Paul, I don't think Greg Popovich is going to run him into the ground either.
No.
Pop don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Pop is better at that than Tibbs is.
You know what I'm saying? So he not going. I think that was just now if they able to pull off the Lloyd marketing move, if they interested, but we talked about that earlier. I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Oh yeah.
If they
Speaking
do that.
of, there's a couple more teams that's supposed to be in the hunt for that.
Lloyd marketing?
Yeah, for Laurie marketing. I seen let me see if I can find it.
So obviously the Jazz got him up. They obviously dangling him.
Apparently, yeah. See right here, it says the Timberwolves and the Kings.
Oh, Timberwolves. Timberwolves should be all over that.
I'm all over that.
They should be all over that.
Back, Rudy. You can have him back.
We talked about that beforehand, but
right.
they're not gonna take Rudy back.
No. I mean, but they might take Cat.
They're probably, I don't know, Cat, man. Like they might
take Cat.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, I mean, what it seemed like if they dangling marketing, they trying to restart, right? That's what you're saying, right? I mean, marketing is underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, right.
He's underrated severely.
I'm trying to think of. Okay. What package could the Wolves put together that would make sense?
Well, we said this is they probably could put. You said the Warriors early, but they probably could put a better package than the Spurs.
Yeah, they could put a better package together than the Spurs.
So I mean,
same thing with the Kings. Like, what you gonna do? Because you don't want to tear down what you building up over there. You ain't getting rid of Sabonis.
They gonna want Sabonis, bro.
Huh?
They gonna want Sabonis.
But you ain't gonna want to get rid of Sabonis. Sabonis means too much to your offense. So Sabonis means too much to your team. The way that, what's the head coach name?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. The way Mike Brown's running that offense, it's almost like Sabonis is the distributor and Fox is just the scorer.
I think speaking of Fox, I think he rejected that extension.
Well, Fox said that he want to see what they're going to do as far as building a team to actually try to contend.
I mean, they just had a rough year with injuries. That's all.
Right, but still, if the Kings was fully healthy, right? And they ain't had no injury issues.
Yeah.
Do you think they can beat Oklahoma in the series?
That'll be a tight series, man. I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna get smoked or nothing. I mean, that can go either way.
What about T-Wolves?
Wolves, they can go either way too. I think Fox's bonus is better than advertised. I think it's just because they with the Kings, and then Malik Monk is not bad. No,
I mean, I know Malik.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was surprised that he took as little money as he did.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the Kings is better than the Kings just had a bad year with injuries. That's all. The Kings is not nothing to play with. That's not no easy feat. You know what I'm saying, dealing with the Kings.
No. It's not gonna be easy, but I can understand where Fox is coming from. He's like, look, bro, I want to see something happen here.
In order for the Kings to get marketing, they gonna have to give up Sabonis.
Or they might have to give up the Keegan Murray kid. Because
Keegan's straight. I like him.
Keegan is pretty much
he's straight.
Man's Klay Thompson.
I like what I seen from him. But even so being, like, they gonna want Sabonis, bro. They not about to sit there if for Lauri Markkanen, because Lauri Markkanen is cold, in my opinion.
Right.
So if they more so willing to work with a bad team. Because if they willing to trade Markkanen to a bad team, they probably want their draft picks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do something like that. But if you got cold players on your team, they gonna want to pluck one of them off of you for Lauri Markkanen. They're not just gonna look at them and say, "Oh, we just want." No, they want Markkanen. They want they gonna ask for Sabonis, bro. I know it. You know what I'm saying?
If you Sacramento, you ain't saying yes to that.
So what would you do if you Sacramento? If because they interested in marketing, what would you do? What would you get offered?
If I was the Sacramento Kings, really, I don't want to disrupt what I got going on.
But,
like, my untouchable pieces is gonna be Sabonis, Fox, Keegan, and Monk.
But in a sense, you got Fox putting pressure on you. So if you got marketing, if you want him, I mean, what package
would be the guards? Because they just traded away Davion Mitchell.
I didn't see that in the news.
Yeah, they just traded him away. I got it.
Oh my God, there's a lot of moves that's going on. That's kind of, man, like, it's a whole lot of moves that's going on, man. But I'm just saying.
They traded away Davion Mitchell.
I'm looking at.
Chris Dunn just went to the Clippers.
And I was just looking at him being available. Like, all this is coming fast, dog. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, Warriors signed Melton for a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't you like him?
He was one of those other pieces that I said that Thibodeau should have been using. Was it Tibbs? Yeah, Tibbs.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been using him, but he was just on his whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they got this thing down. They got all this by time slot over here.
Oh, see, look. Okay, so this is the reason why Klay left. It said that the Warriors had planned for Klay Thompson to come off the bench to come up after Brandon Podziemski.
Podziemski, he not. I mean, listen, I can see the disrespect there, but Podziemski not trash either, though.
No, he
You know
not
what I'm
trash,
saying?
but he also. I mean, like Podziemski is supposed to be the future. So
Right. So I get it.
Eventually, he's supposed to take your spot.
I'm not mad at him. I mean, look, like I said, I know you said I was defending Klay, which I wasn't. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. The thing is this. Podziemski, I would get rid of. I've been said that the Warriors should have got rid of Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
So I've been said this. I'm keeping Podziemski. I'm not getting rid of him. He kind of remind me of my man for the Knicks.
Yeah. And then I see right here the Bulls, they want to get rid of Levine and Ball.
Well, the thing is with that, they market not all that. So I know Lonzo's market just is about as strong as Ben Simmons, man. So I don't see. I mean, unless his because that knee injury, dog. Like he don't have no meniscus. I know he said he got a meniscus donated to him. I didn't know you can get that, but I don't know. And then Zach LaVine, like you said, Zach LaVine moves no needle. So you get Zach LaVine, what happens? What are you willing to give up for Zach LaVine?
If I'm who?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if he's available, what team do you see him fitting in, and what should they give up for Zach LaVine?
So I'm gonna look at this from a Magic perspective first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because Zach LaVine does have a skill set that the Magic can use as far as his perimeter shooting is concerned. Not that he's elite at it, but he's better than what we got on the roster.
All right.
And let me see. For Zach LaVine, I'm not giving up Paolo, and I feel like Franz Wagner got more in his chest than Zach LaVine.
I like Franz Wagner.
And he's on the. Him and Paolo is both ascending.
So those are your two untouchables right there.
Those are my two untouchables.
Franz Wagner. I like Franz Wagner.
So I would give up I don't want to give up Jalen Suggs neither.
So that's the third untouchable. Or is it for the right price?
Not for him.
For the
right price, yeah, I would. But Jalen Suggs, I see the way he impacts the game with his scrappy defense. His offense is not there, but his scrappy defense, he impacts the game in a Caruso-ish kind of like manner.
Right. So you'll be losing some if you trade for LaVine.
Right. So I'm not willing to do that right now. I'm gonna just keep working with him and keep working on his offense, working on his shooting skill, because I'll give up Cole Anthony. I'll give up.
Would you? He a one, isn't he? Is he a backup one?
He's really a two.
But they got him as the backup one, right?
Yeah, he's like a backup one.
So
right now, what Orlando is wanting to happen, or what they need to happen, is one, they need Anthony Black to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Big point guard, and he's a distributing type of point guard.
Mm-hmm.
They need him to develop and get a shot. Like he needs to work on a shot. And then they need to get perimeter shooting and paint defense. Which is, I just seen that we re-signed Goga Batadze, so I'm good. I'm happy about that.
Let me ask you this, because I forgot that the Hornets waived Seth. Would you sign Seth?
Depends on how much money he wants.
He shouldn't demand that much, Seth.
Depends on how much money he wants and
what would you be willing to sign up for?
I'll give Seth one of those. I'll give Seth one of those Jonas Valanciunas deals.
It's not bad.
But
not for him.
Yeah, but I need to see him working out and whatnot. Like I need to see that he can still move around and still be like who he is. So I would like that. I would like Seth in Orlando. But see because the thing is Orlando had a stretch where like all our guards was hurt.
Let me ask you this with Orlando. Do you think it was a fluke for y'all to be in the position y'all was in this year?
I didn't expect us to be that high seed of a playoff team. Now, I wouldn't say that I would be technically surprised that we would have made the playoffs on some like 8th seed type stuff.
But you don't think they was what they was rated as or where they was ranked?
No. I personally don't think so.
Do you think this gave them confidence going into the next season?
Oh yeah, no doubt. This gave them a lot of confidence, and the fact that they went 7 games with Cleveland. It's they 7-game series for young teams like that. You taste a version of success, but
right.
You also experience failure at the same time. That you can easily see that you can learn from it.
Right.
So I was happy about Paolo because Paolo clearly is ready for the moment. He's not scared.
What you mean happy about him?
So Paolo was the main one that showed up. And I was happy about that because I was like,
I know you had questions about him.
Yeah, I had questions about the dog in him or anything like that, and the fact that he got punched in the mouth and was able to punch back. I like to see that.
Yeah, I actually like Paolo. I like him. I'm not gonna say he like Carmelo Anthony, but I could see hints of it. I just say that. Hints.
Well, I'm not gonna go with the Melo stuff because he's not nearly the bully that Melo was.
No, that's why I said hints. Due to the size, and sometimes he do whatever. But
got
you. What's the next move? What were you, matter of fact, what do you think? What's gonna happen with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? Because I know that's the other name.
He's on Orlando.
What?
Yeah, Orlando signed him to a 3-year, 66.
So you don't need Levine then?
No, I don't.
Why would he go to the Magic?
I don't know, man. Every article that I'm seeing is like, yeah, this was a perfect fit.
I did not see this pop up on my feed, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, hold on.
66.
Like, but why would you? What reason? I mean, I know the Magic went to the playoffs, but
him coming there paired with Jalen Suggs, we get like some depth with our perimeter defense.
So you don't need. I mean, in my opinion,
we don't need Levine.
No, not. I don't think Levine brings more to the table than Pope.
I think Levine is a better shooter than Caldwell Pope. So that's the only check box that Levine would bring.
I just don't get why he would go there. But whatever. I mean, salute. I guess. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I don't.
See,
I'm not knocking y'all, but I'm just,
want. See now I want Orlando to get. I want Orlando to be aggressive and move on Trae Young.
Now, if y'all was able to somehow pull that off,
Cole Anthony.
Then the Hawks not about to take no Cole Anthony for Trae Young, man.
They gonna need a guard. They gonna need a guard. They just traded away DeJounte.
Right. He got traded to the Pelicans. That's that. Now we gonna talk about that after this. But Uh,
They need a guard. They need somebody over there.
yeah, so they not gonna do business with y'all because they gonna want one. He gonna want one. They gonna want one of the untouchables, bro. There's no way you not about
I'll
to.
give up Franz Wagner for Trae Young.
So now he your 4, right, or your 3?
Franz, he like, depends on who's on the floor. Because if Paolo's on the floor, he plays the 3.
So who do you got? Who gonna fill that gap?
Who gonna fill that gap?
Yeah,
Would be because Franz and Paolo essentially like they kind of like take up the same spots on the floor. It's just that Franz is more of a better perimeter shooter than Paolo.
right. I mean, I mean, I haven't heard no rumblings about Trae Young yet. Like, I don't know if the Hawks is thinking about keeping him in there or they just being quiet with it. I know him and DeJounte Murray, I don't think they got along like that from what it seemed like. So I don't know if they got rid of him just to keep
But that's
Trae
what
Young.
I'm saying. Like DeJounte Murray attitude, man. Like you see his attitude.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and now you're gonna put him with Zion.
I mean, listen, the Pelicans, like on paper they cold-blooded, but
on paper,
but even then they lost Valanciunas though.
Right.
That's a blow.
Yeah, that is a blow.
Know what I'm saying? And then
that is a blow, and they shopping Brandon Ingram.
They're shopping him. I could see him getting moved somewhere, but I mean, I think Brandon Ingram messed up his stock.
Possibly. But I heard the Kings is monitoring that situation.
Monitoring it, like, are you going to make an offer or are you just monitoring it?
Monitoring it, I guess, in the sense of trying to see how interested are they really in
now, if you sack town, right, Brandon Ingram, what piece would you move? Because, like I said, for Brandon Ingram, they gonna want something. They not gonna just want no.
Will they?
For Ingram, the Pelicans.
Will they?
Maybe. I mean, is DeJounte Murray? I mean, this the thing, right? I think I said.
Well, look. The way he finished with y'all, wouldn't you just want anything that could potentially be good?
That's what DeJounte Murray is.
Well,
because DeJounte Murray's attitude is terrible. But guess what? With DeJounte Murray,
all hate to the side for his attitude. DeJounte Murray at least shows up for it.
He's not scared to get. So you could get the fourth quarter. You don't have to worry about none of that. Yeah. So
that's what I mean. Like the way Brandon Ingram finished out with them.
Yeah.
It was like he didn't even want to play for them anymore.
Exactly. So, but I think you said something about that. How you felt like personally, if I'm paraphrasing this,
he's tired of the show of
Zion
Williams.
Right? So, but that's not a good way to go about your business either.
Correct.
Know what I'm saying?
Correct. So I mean, if you the Kings, you don't give up none of your untouchables for Brandon Ingram.
What if they want Monk though? I mean, I know you just signed him, but what if they want him? Because sometimes you can't. I don't know what's in the rules, but sometimes you can sign somebody and trade them instantly, like quick, or you gotta wait until the trade deadline.
Oh, they said that about Russell Westbrook. Like the Clippers, even though he got his player option that he signed and everything like that, like they trying to shop him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So sometimes you're able to I don't know how that works, but sometimes you're able to do that. So, the Kings. I mean, I do like Ingram with the Kings, but the Ingram,
thought of it sounds good.
The thought
of it sounds really good.
Ingram, to me, I'm disappointed with Brandon Ingram.
Me
period.
Too.
As a whole, you know what I'm saying? Just as a whole. So I don't know if I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm disappointed with Ingram. I thought he'd be better than this because when you get compared to Kevin Durant, right? You're supposed to
be busting heads.
Yeah, pretty much. And he has the ability to do so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
if he shows up for work, nobody on the court can guard him.
he cold, but I mean he just whatever, man. I don't know. But who
Did you want to talk about
the pep?
Detroit bringing back Tobias at all?
Come on, man. Like we could talk about that. I mean, we could talk about the trade they had to the Pelicans. Detroit. I don't know. As a Detroit fan, I'm hard on Detroit. I love Detroit Pistons, but I just don't know what Tobias Harris is supposed to do. What he's supposed to do.
6-man?
Like, Tobias Harris, to me, like, I don't remember a time where he was ever really
dope like that.
Like,
he was always on some, he can be a good complimentary piece.
If that, though.
If
like,
that.
If that. Like, so, I mean.
We don't got to dwell on him for long.
Like,
okay, so let's.
That move was
I'll
fun.
let you have the floor on that.
I like the Bickerstaff hire. I do like that. So hopefully Bickerstaff do something with Wiseman.
I had this thought pop into my head.
What?
If you Detroit, trade Jaden Ivey and whoever else not named Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham for Lauri Markkanen.
Is they gonna even do that though?
They dangling him for a reason, like you said.
I mean, I will offer it. I'll trade Duren for Markkanen, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Isaiah Stewart too.
I'll trade Duren to get out the door for Markkanen, dog. I'm sorry.
You for real?
I'll put him up out of there for Markkanen, dog. I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying? I like Duren. I do. But if I'm able to get Markkanen, bro, I'll trade Ivy and Duren for Markkanen, dog. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
So you're going to get a massive offensive upgrade, but you're going to get a massive defensive
Listen,
down.
like, I mean, look. Listen, you gotta give. Like, I'm willing to, like, I mean, if I'm able to somehow navigate that without that, cool. But I doubt that you able to just give up Ivy and probably some other pieces for Markkanen. You know what I'm saying? Just because they dangle them, that don't mean they don't want to go off it.
Right.
They're not just going to throw them away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless you a bad team with some cold picks. Then that's a different story.
Sadiq Bey is an unrestricted free agent? Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So, did you still want to talk about Detroit?
Nah, Detroit pissing me off, son. Like, I ain't going to hold you up. So,
right,
we can slide off them. But
all right. So, you want to do best available free agents right now?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me go back over there.
Best available free agents.
Even though we was kind of on that, but you know, let me see. Let me pull this up. Let me go available here.
I mean, well, just scroll down.
I had to switch it because I changed the settings on here.
Right. Yeah, I got
you know what I'm saying. So obviously LeBron is not a free agent. Well, he is, but I mean he's going to LA. Okay.
Yeah,
so
he gonna potentially sign a max contract deal now because they didn't get Klay, which is if Bron was smart, he would still take that pay cut to get numbers of guys. But I mean, he's supposed to be talking to DeRozan or something like that. So
Gordon Hayward, whatever. Gordon Hayward.
Depending on the price, I'll take him on the Magic.
Gordon Hayward isn't bad. They just didn't use him for OKC.
Right. And
so if Gordon Hayward was smart, he was working on his game the whole time and working on, you know what I'm saying? We already know about Kyle Lowry. I don't know where he gonna go, who gonna use him. DeMar DeRozan.
Buddy Hield.
Yeah, but how good of
a shooter?
Shouldn't Indiana bring him back though?
Indiana traded him away to get
Oh yeah, they showed it. He was in Philly. I'm tripping. I'm thinking it wrong. My bad. But I would have thought, well, since they got Paul George, then I mean.
Right.
Buddy Hield is a nice. Maybe Buddy Hield go to LA like they've been wanting. They've been wanting him for a while, right? No.
Buddy Hield, maybe. I mean, LeBron always wants to play with a cold shooter.
Buddy Hield.
Right. And so that's where Buddy Hield can
He the best shooter I see.
Potentially fill that slot.
Luke Kennard can shoot. He can shoot. Know what I'm saying?
Gary Trent can shoot a little bit.
Yeah, I think Doug McDermott got a little something up in him with a jump shot. He got a little something there.
Yeah, but Doug is like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Doug McDermott, 32.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know he was that old. But Robert Covington, what about him? No Robert Covington. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see Joe Ingles not getting picked up. How about Horton Tucker?
Nah, nope. He was the one that was supposed to be. He was the one that was supposed to be the best one out of all of those guys. That little crop of young players that the Lakers had.
Man, he only 23. You can still use him.
I know. And he has yet to do anything.
He's still only 23 though. How long he been in the league?
He started off with the Lakers, and they gave him he was there for 2 years, and they were people was riding him hard.
I remember
up these memes and stuff like that. If you want shooting, get this guy. If you want shooting, get this guy. If you don't want none of these things, get Taylor Horton Tucker.
I don't think signing him would be bad. I mean, he's still young, so it's not like he's some old cat. You know what I mean? Alec Burks.
I'd rather take my chances with signing James Wiseman than that.
He's the same situation. He young too.
Yeah, but at least James Wiseman showed you a little bit of something. Taylor Horton Tucker ain't show you a little bit of nothing.
But I said that about James Wiseman.
I mean, we said this. I said this when they had Dwayne Casey. Wiseman was getting minutes and he was doing a little something.
You got to give him the minutes so he can. You got to listen. This is the thing with when it comes to. Do they really want to develop or they just want instant? Because it's the thing. Development takes a minute. It just does. You know what I'm saying? Especially with young dudes. You have to be patient with these dudes in order for them to develop to be something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is.
So
I mean, Monte Morris, what's up?
I'm surprised I thought he was much older for some reason. I thought he was, but he's only 29, so I don't know.
I don't see him. Miles Bridges, but he
slow-mo.
I thought wouldn't the Mavs want to keep him though?
You mean Minnesota?
Or Minnesota? My bad. Yeah, wouldn't they want to keep him? I would think so. He did pretty all right.
I thought Memphis would have wanted to keep him because when he was on Memphis, he contributed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's slow and all, but I mean, he
still get it done.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't let him go. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I would think the Wolves want to keep him. Maybe they waiting. I don't know. Maybe they waiting.
Miles Bridges is an interesting one, dog, because before that situation that he had,
yeah,
he was like
that situation won't stop me from signing him either, though.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Whoever needs a small forward, man, you can probably get him for a cheap price. Oh, speaking of, Kevin Porter Jr. is back in the league.
Guy with the glasses. The guy? No, I'm thinking somebody else. My bad.
Kevin Porter Jr. Remember, he was on Houston.
Yeah, that's the lefty, right?
Is he?
Whatever. He the one
that got into all that trouble off the court.
That situation. I know you're talking about. Yeah. So when he got reinstated?
I guess so, but I seen an alert saying that he on the Clippers.
That's not a bad pickup.
Not a bad pickup at all.
It's not a bad pickup.
Sadiq Bey.
Maybe they just waiting. I would have rather brought him back than Tobias Harris.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We should have went and got him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Tobias Harris. Because I liked Sadiq Bey. You know what I mean? Straight up.
I don't get it. I don't know.
Now, you got your veterans over here, Patrick Beverly, right? What's up? Where could he go? Somebody could use him because he does help in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Patrick Beverly, to me, he would be best fit going to a young team that's in the playoffs.
And that would be what, OKC? Is that your backup point guard right there?
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. You bring some scrappiness, okay. Canadian dudes, like, do they come scrappy like that? Like, I don't.
No, not that I know of. You know what I'm saying? Very nice country, so, you know.
Right. So it's like, Patrick Beverly go over there. He might put a little something in Lou Dort.
I mean, look, I would look at it. You ain't got to pay him much.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Jay Crowder, man, I don't know.
Jay Crowder, man, ever since he got played, it's like everybody was like, yeah, we ain't doing it either.
Yeah, Jay Crowder, I've never been a big Jay Crowder guy. I mean, he cool, but
Cameron Payne is unrestricted.
What about Cody Zeller?
I don't know. What does he do?
He's one of them guys that's not gonna lose you the game. Ain't that what you say? He's not gonna win it, but he's not gonna lose it.
So we on some Dwight Powell stuff?
He not that bad, bro. Cody Zeller better than him, man. I mean, I'm not saying he all world in the end, but
Dennis Smith Jr.
But
He's only 26.
But dude, Dennis Smith, I don't know what happened with Dennis Smith. To me, is good.
Right.
But whatever happened that we don't know about, this dude is not getting no shots. Because every time Dennis Smith plays, he's effective. Know what I'm saying?
If I'm Popovich, I'm looking at him and I'm like, I can get him as the backup kind of future point guard because honestly, he can learn from Chris Paul too.
Yeah, but honestly, Dennis Smith he should be starting. He's good enough to start, dog. He should be starting. He not no right. I don't know, man.
You.
Like
I hear you. I hear you.
Josh Okogie.
Who?
I think you know who that is. Josh Okogie for the Suns. He a free agent.
Oh well, ain't nobody flexing on him.
Okay, yeah.
Yuta Watanabe, the Asian dude, who
he's
shot
solid.
The highest percentage from the
he's
three.
Solid.
Like, I'm surprised he ain't getting.
He's solid.
If I'm Bron, I'm like, yo, we need a shooter. He shot the Orlando.
He's solid. Oh, the Nash a free agent. He gonna go back overseas.
Yeah, most likely.
You know what I'm saying?
About time.
Unless Giannis try to, but at this point it's like, no, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Lonnie Walker.
Well, I like Lonnie Walker, but
I like Lonnie Walker too.
But he didn't get. See, I don't think LA was using him right either. When he was with LA, wasn't he? For a second.
He was with LA, but then he was on Brooklyn last year.
Yeah, I know. But you with Brooklyn. I mean, what can you say there? So I don't see any more cold like necessarily. I mean, Ken Martin Jr. He a free agent? I don't know. I could see him ending up overseas somewhere.
I can see Kenyon Martin getting a job. Spencer Dinwiddie definitely can get a job.
Kmart though, but see, I like Kmart, but this the thing. This is my problem with Kmart Jr. He played like his dad and he a 3. And I don't think that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, well, with the right team, it could.
He don't,
because this is a lot of okay. So remember, this is the era of positionless basketball. A whole lot of guys doing stuff in positions that you normally don't see it, right?
Right.
So he could technically fill a slot for a team that got one of these power forwards that don't play like a power forward.
No, you right. I mean, you right. It's just. As a 3, I look at a 3. I need some more. If he was about 4 inches taller, 3 or 4 inches taller, he'd be cold. Ken Martin Jr. at a 4, but he just, he can't control his height. You know what I mean? Danilo Gallinari, do you think he have any type of value as far as a shooter at this point?
He's not spot up like that, and he has a slow release. I mean, he does have value, but you can't be like on some he's like the 8th man in my rotation type stuff. He got to be on some he's like emergency situation.
What's your thoughts on Saben Lee?
Who?
Saben Lee. He's a free agent from the Suns. He's a point guard. Oh, I thought you knew. I mean, he all right. He not bad. And then, I mean, a whole lot of free agents out here. I can see a lot of
Shake
people going
Milton.
overseas.
Shake Milton.
Think he gonna get picked up?
I don't see why not. I mean,
I mean, Amani Bates. Come on, Detroit, man.
Imani Bases. Oh,
Yeah. Amani Bates. Come home.
Will that be good for him though?
He haven't acted up yet. I mean, not that we know of.
I mean, but he in Cleveland.
Cleveland around the corner.
You right.
That's right around the corner. That's a drive.
You right. So I mean, yeah, because it is only like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's around the corner. Ohio's right there. So I mean,
right.
He haven't acted up yet. And I think Amani Bates, this is all politics.
If Imani Bates comes on the Pistons, whose spot he taking? Because he's better than
Ivy.
He's
Ivy. Yeah, he take listen, man. Amani Bates is better than advertised.
I know.
And he's a better offensive player than Ivy. 100%. 100%.
Man, look, if I'm Popovich, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can get rich real quick. I can get rich real quick. Imani Bates, Dennis Smith Jr.
But
paired
look,
with.
But think about this. What we doing now? How we going through these dudes? I will pay somebody to really. This is what your scouting department's supposed to be doing here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Scrolling through every single name and say, okay, because Amani Bates not gonna cost you much. You know what I'm saying? Not right now yet, at least. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can get him for the low.
Yeah, Amani Bates, man, you got.
And then, if you feel like you're taking a risk, you can offer these guys prove-it contracts.
Right, but Amani Bates already proved so far that he not on no trash. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but what they need to see from him is because it says he's restricted, right?
So they probably you think they're gonna match it, whatever? Because when they're restricted, they could go talk to folks, but then they'll match it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so if anybody that really wants him, all you got to do is like offer him like a number that Cleveland ain't willing to pay.
Pretty much, you know what I mean?
And what is that number? Because right now, let me click on Imani Bates.
I just lost him. I was scrolling up. I just lost him. Shoot, hold on. I clicked on. Let me see. To load up. Let's see. Career earnings. I ain't showing his career earnings.
It ain't showing it. Oh, here it is, all the way at the bottom. Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't see
1.87 million.
Right, so you can get him for the low. Actually, you could pay probably 5.
Yeah, I'll give him I'll give you Imani Bates a 2-year, $10 million contract.
Yeah, pay him 5 a year. Cleveland might let him rock because it wasn't like they was using them anyway.
Right,
so let me go ahead and get him up off you real quick.
Speaking of Cleveland, I think they're gonna move off of Darius Garland.
That was already rumor anyway.
Right.
I'm saying
that could be a guard that Orlando can go after.
You said you don't even like Garland. You want him?
I said, when did I say I didn't like Garland?
When we was talking about Cleveland in the when I was talking about we was talking about the playoffs in Cleveland. You wasn't feeling Garland, dog.
Garland, he had a bad playoffs. He did have a bad playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't act like he never played well. Like he's played well, but he had a bad playoff. I think a lot of this is he doesn't vibe well on the court or off the court, maybe both with Donovan Mitchell.
So all that was fronting, all that motivational talk and all that acting like they cool stuff with David,
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it was just.
with Mitchell.
I mean, because do Donovan Mitchell pass the ball?
Well, Donovan Mitchell is disappointing me too. So
Right.
I mean,
So
he disappointed me as well. Like I mean, it ain't as bad as Ingram and Ben Simmons, but I mean,
at least he showed up.
They had him pegged as Dwayne Wade 2.0, and he's not that.
No.
So I mean, he did show up. He did. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he did show up. But I mean, Donovan Mitchell.
But Cleveland is like trying to kiss his behind, like, you know, whatever he wants.
Which I wouldn't do that, not for him.
But that's what Cleveland is doing,
I guess. And I think Josh Allen really hurt them. I think that's his name, Josh Allen. With him not being there, Jared Allen, I think that really messed him up. But I mean, Amani Bates, to me, if I'm Brian, hey, well, if I'm LA, why not try to get Amani Bates?
That's what I would do.
Know what I'm saying?
Anybody
think about it. You can
anybody.
get Dennis Smith. Think about this, because you can get Dennis Smith Jr. and Amani Bates as a backcourt for the cheap tip, and then young, and they both get busy. They both athletic.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. You can get rich quick.
Like the Spurs, if they did do that thing, like you sign them
gotta
two.
give them kids the green light.
Bro, you signed them two for the Spurs. Dennis Smith, Amani Bates. You got
or even if you Portland.
Wemby. Portland? Oh, Portland. Oh yeah. I mean, well, cause you are with Scoop. They got him as the 2 or the 1. Because even if you sign him to the Portland, that's a cold backcourt right there. If one coming off the bench, which would probably be Dennis Smith. I think they got him. He probably a combo guard. Honestly, they probably got him on some combo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Oh, he a point guard. He a point guard, but he a point, but I mean, still, like.
I will also be monitoring Anthony Simons.
Are he a free agent?
No.
Or is he restricted?
But his contract is gonna be coming up here soon.
Is there any rumblings that he's getting traded or he's being baited?
I thought I seen something, but I can't say for sure. So I feel like with him, if you make the right offer, you can get him.
Simons. I mean, there's moves to be made that you really can improve, but
because I feel like they or at least Chauncey, I feel like he rather work with Scoot and Shaden Sharp.
Yeah, but Simons though. I mean, I think. I mean, I would try to get. I mean, if he's available, I would try to get him. But I don't. Shaden Sharp. You think you would take Sharp over Simons?
Personally, I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you?
Personally, I would be dangling Shaden Sharp.
Simon's only 25. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Simons, and on top of that, he averaged 22
He only got
points
one.
Last year.
I'm sorry. He got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trying to trade on Anthony Simons, dog. I'd keep him. Simon's all right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what Chauncey owns though. So I don't know what he owns. So
I mean, well, certain coaches, they like to work with the players that they draft.
So some of that stuff be stubbornness, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a cold player, you got a cold player. whether you drafted him or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether who cares if you drafted him? You know what I mean? Like, if
but then you get into all of this mess about he doesn't fit my philosophy, blah blah blah.
Oh, all right, man. All right. Well,
Speaking of, I asked you about this. I don't remember getting your response from you at all about it.
What up?
But the Bulls made an offer to the Warriors to try to get, I think it was Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, but why would they do that? Who would they offer?
The Bulls, they offered Zach LaVine for Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins.
I mean, if I'm the Warriors, I would have did it. I would have did it if I'm the Warriors. Why not?
Because I was a little conflicted with it. I was like, I would do it, but I also wouldn't do it.
Oh, you wasn't keeping Chris Paul anyway.
Yeah.
Wiggins have not been available for you for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know the reason.
Dog, I get it. But just like Klay Thompson, he defecated the bed worse than Klay Thompson, in my opinion. Wiggins.
Right.
So whatever. But at the end of the day, I would have let both of them go for Zach LaVine. Why not? I think he'll play good in that system with Chris Paul and I'm not Chris Paul, but Steph and Draymond and them.
I think he would too. So I mean, I don't see how.
Was that the whole deal? That was the whole 100% deal?
That's all I seen about it. Zach LaVine for Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins.
And the Bulls asked for that?
The Bulls asked for that.
I don't know what the Warriors own. I don't know. Don't the Warriors got a new GM anyway?
They got Mike Dunleavy as a GM.
I thought they had a new one. Whatever. I thought they had
I see Jokic trying to get Denver to get Russell Westbrook.
Why not? Why not? Why not? I mean, because guess what? Russell Westbrook that takes pressure off Jamal Murray. As far as like have him always, because he always hurt, dog.
That takes pressure off of Jokic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like Russell Westbrook, because he's gonna be either the point guard or the two. You know what I mean? So that takes pressure off of Jamal Murray not to do like this. I'm not a big Russell Westbrook guy, never have been, but like you said, he show up to work.
Yeah, you just can't have him on the floor in the big moments. You have him there to carry you through like the middle moments of the game.
Yeah, and that's fine. Some players is like that. Some players you just can't have out there at the end. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know your personnel.
Mm-hmm. So I mean that's kind of it right now.
Yeah, I mean this wave one, like you said. Wave one.
The first wave, and so we're gonna see what's gonna happen more. But wanted to get this while it's hot.
Oh yeah, it's wave one. This is gonna be up. This is gonna be up tonight. So I mean, it's wave one. But the move that shocked me the most is the Valanciunas move. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I didn't
like
understand that. I didn't understand that at all. I don't know what the theory behind that is. Who's the coach for Washington? You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't know. I mean, let me see. Brian Keefe.
I have no idea about this.
Brian Keefe assumed role in 2024. He just got hired in May.
Oh, okay.
But whatever. Like I just look, man. The best moves that was made.
This thing telling me Wes Unseld Jr.
Wes Unseld's supposed to be the GM, bro. Like he ain't the because Wes Unseld's dad. Let me see.
Junior.
He the coach? No, he. No, he. No, hold on a second, man. Bulls hired Wes Unseld as the lead assistant coach under Billy Donovan. with the Bulls.
So he ain't there no more then, huh?
Yeah, because I know he used to be in the front office, if I'm not mistaken. I think in the front office when because Wes Unseld was a Wizards. He's a Wizards legend, I guess. And he died and all that. I gotta look more into that. I know Wes Unseld.
Brian Keefe as the
Yeah, that's
head
what I
coach.
said, Brian. Yeah, Keefe.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to figure out what's this dude's background, because he working with nothing.
That's where JJ Redick should have went.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, these moves, the best moves that was made was probably
Klay Thompson.
Klay. I mean,
Dallas, if it works out right.
Yeah. Both LA and Dallas was a good fit for him. So I mean, he didn't make a wrong decision either way it goes. But
right.
And then I guess that was the big play today. Was the Klay thing.
I mean, well, they said that Paul George was going to set the tone for the market. So he was the first big name signing. That's
crazy when Paul George is setting tones, but
and then Klay Thompson, Chris Paul was pretty big.
Is it?
Even though he might not be available, what he's going to do for the organization internally.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Popovich type of signing anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, well, I guess that's it for this show here.
Let me see here. I'm just trying to look up who this Keefe dude is.
Yeah, I never heard of this dude, to be honest with you.
Okay, so he was okay, so he started off at South Florida as an assistant coach. Bryant, I guess that's a college name, Bryant. He was an assistant coach for 4 years. Then he was an assistant coach for the... Oh, hold on a second. I heard the recordings.
Huh?
Yeah, so he was an assistant coach for the Seattle Supersonics / Oklahoma City Thunder. He was there from 2007 to 2015.
Okay. I mean, the name sounds familiar. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I don't.
He been in the game for a while. He's been an assistant everywhere he went. Like he was a Knicks assistant 2015, 2016.
So he's just trying to prove himself at this point that he can be a head coach.
Assistant for 2016, 2019. Oklahoma City Thunder assistant again, 2019, 2020. Brooklyn Nets assistant 2021, 2023. And he was on Washington's staff last year.
Yeah, he's just trying to pretty much show that he take his opportunity and show he can coach. That's all. So he took, which I ain't mad at. Let me go here and see if I can, what I can do. No pressure and all that. You know what I mean?
This is kind of what I was hoping to see Sam Cassell do.
I mean, yeah, all these. I mean, listen, if you trying, and my thing is this when it comes to stuff like that, take the first opportunity you can get to prove it. And show what you can do. Or the best opportunity.
It depends.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say the first was the best opportunity. You know?
It really does depend,
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, he took it. He wasn't scared of it. Like, hey, let me get that.
I mean, well, he was already in the building, so
yeah.
So he knows enough about what's going on to where he knows who needs to move, who's the problem child, and everything like that. So.
Hey, it is what it is. But we gonna touch back down Thursday. Yeah. And all that good stuff. So, all right. We're going to end this. Yep. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the content, show love. We greatly appreciate it from everybody. Peace.